secret sauce. It's reverb and compression. You don't want to take away from.
Good. All I need is that reverb, man.
Yep, it's on there already.
Dope, dope, dope. Give us some life and some body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any other artists who signed up for your mixing class?
Bro, those 20 people that signed up.
Any artists?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea who's what. They just signed up. So I don't know who's who until we get into the class.
Dope.
I'm trying to find this link. See if
Let's
this
get an
link.
A plus in this shit, bro. You have no idea. Nah, I'm dead ass, bro.
This link is private. Do I have to make it unprivate in order for people to view it? Check. So I'm guessing it's this one. One, two. One, two. Okay, so this is this. Then I'm gonna start from scratch. We're gonna go through that. I'm gonna start from scratch. Save as scratch. So I'm gonna play them this through, and then I'm gonna show them what it is. Yo, yo. What's going on, y'all? We in the zone. Auto zone. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? First and foremost, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. It's about 7 of y'all in here right now. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come in. And then we're gonna get started. Can y'all see? Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear or and see me. If y'all can, just respond, say something in the chat. I want to make sure I can talk back to y'all and answer some questions if y'all have any questions. We're gonna be on here for about half an hour, 40 minutes for this first segment, and then next week we'll do another one, and then so on and so forth. Oh, what's up? Okay, cool. I see you right there. Boom. What's good? I see your comment right there, brother. You can hear and see. Word. Perfect. Let me know if you can hear this this audio too that's coming from the actual computer. Can y'all hear that clear? Okay, good on that side. Okay, my guy. Dion Chase, my brother, was good. I'm trying to make sure that the system audio is coming in good too. Hold on.
Had to know about wish we never did.
Can y'all hear that system audio good? The audio from the okay, cool. Aaron, what's up, bro? Is that Lex? You already know. What's up, buddy? This is actually Alex's record. This is one of my favorite records. Bugatti, what's up, man? All right, cool. Word. That's perfect. All right, cool. There's about 7 people in, so we're just gonna get to it. I'm gonna start with a quick prayer. Lord, we come before you humbly, gracefully, just thanking you for bringing us here. I ask that you use me in a productive and a mighty way, Lord, that I would share the information that you have blessed me with someone so that it can be beneficial to their building of their talents and so that they can bless other people. We pray all these things in your precious name. Amen. Boom shakalaka. Let's get it cracking. So this is this record called I think he meant to say All My Life, but this says All My Life. I think I heard him say All My Life. But from my man Alex, I'm gonna play it from the top and then we're gonna break it all down. I'm gonna play it from the top. It's like basically mixed. It is mixed. So I'm gonna play it from the top and then I'm gonna break it all down and we're gonna go through it piece by piece.
First met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Tried to make sure I did not get played. ended up in my own way. Now she all I ever think about when I'm in my lonely hours. Remember my first date with her, jealous of that nice black dress, hugging and caressing her for dinner. In the backseat, watching Buzz Light, bumping Young Taylor. Honestly, I just couldn't wait to kiss her. Now she about to fly out to Amsterdam, Italy, or Scotland. Basically another place I'm not in. Way too beautiful to know options. My biggest fear is that when she leave, I'll be forgotten. I don't wanna give up what we got here. Finally found somebody worthy, I've been on the search for years. Don't know what you did, don't know how you did it. But if you think I'm giving up, forget it, forget it. I don't wanna be forgotten, way more than physical with you. Nobody else is an option, couldn't move on if I wanted to. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'ma ride, so I'ma ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I just gotta keep it honest. Hate the thought of you moving on. Keep it up, Benjamin, I promise. I mean every word of this song. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'ma ride, so I'ma ride. Girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Said I'ma ride, so I'ma ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I hate the feeling when we not talking. Wishing that my feelings came with an off switch. Pursuing the situation with caution. Cause the way that I'm feeling don't happen often, let alone for long. Didn't think that you make me fall. To be honest, didn't think that I would get too involved. Put my phone on D&D, I only care if you call. And if you don't, I think I did something wrong. See, I just wanna wait for my 30 to hit. But in person, giving you energy that nobody else deserving. I don't wanna close curtains. I believe if we both tryna make it work, then it's working. We can take it slow, it isn't urgent. Girl, I'm certain you're my favorite person, so you worth it. Done searching, talking to you with a purpose. Tryna be on some kind of no shit. I don't wanna give up what we got here. Finally found somebody worthy, I've been on the search for years. Don't know what you did, don't know how you did it. But if you think I'm giving up, forget it. I don't wanna be forgotten, way more than physical with you. Nobody else is an option, couldn't move on if I wanted to. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'ma ride, so I'ma ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I just gotta keep it honest. Hate the thought of you moving on. Keep it up, Benjamin, I promise. I mean every word of this song. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'ma ride, so I'ma ride. Girl, I put that on my life.
Cool. Word. That's my man Alex. He's Aaron in the chat. He's an amazing artist. I'm sad that he's back home. But you know, we're gonna get back to work. Once this COVID thing lifts up, we're gonna get back to work. I gotta figure out how to get this system to go back. Gonna go through it. Whatever. Y'all can still hear the audio good though, right? I'll figure that out for next class. But y'all can still hear the audio good, right? Me and the audio from Pro Tools, right? Alright, let me open it up. I'm gonna show y'all my template. Alright, great, cool. Alright, we're gonna open up this with the blank. It's gonna be, I'm gonna import the template from Scratch, and I'm gonna go through. Yes, sir. You already know. Word. Yep. All right. Bet. So this is just his raw vocals, right? Before the template, raw vocals. Let me see. Let me get this on. We're gonna do section by section. Raw vocals.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
One thing that I do is I definitely record with auto-tune on 95% of the time. Now, Alex can sing. Auto-tune does not mean that you cannot sing. For me, I put auto-tune on because it helps me identify when somebody is completely off and when somebody is, dead smack on. For me, it's a guide for them. You know what I'm saying? So while he's recording, he's actually hearing the auto-tune as well being processed. So as you can see, I have him on 14. That's not a lot of tune. This isn't a lot of tune at all. 0 would be a lot of tune. That's T-Pain. 14 is pretty. You're hearing it, but you're not, because he can sing. The humanizer's all the way up. So I'm gonna just go through the template real quick. Let me import this for you. I already got my own template. The templates, I am gonna have this template available probably later this week. I'm gonna do one that has the Waves plugins, and then I'll do a similar one that has stock plugins, and then I'll do the ultimate one that I have Waves and my UAD, just in case some people have UADs. So what I do is I import my master, my sub master. We're not mixing the beat today, so we're gonna skip these. And then my delay, my parallel compressor, my reverb, my air. What I do for air is this adds like a little bit more brightness to the mix. I don't need the air double. The verse, second verse, dubs, ad-libs, hooks, backgrounds. Boom. Right? So we're going to just start with the verse. I'm going to let this import, and we're going to start with the verse. Turn this heat on real quick. Cool. Alright. So we in the game. So the verse is already color coded for me. This is the verse. So what I usually do is I'll just drag this down to the verse. I'm gonna play it without it, and I'm gonna play it with it so that you can hear the difference. I've already, for the last 10 years, I've been crafting my sound. Everybody has their specific technique that they do and their specific sound. For the last 10 years, I've been crafting my sound. What do you have in your master track? I'm gonna get there. My master track, I have the SSL bus. I have the L3, and I have the slate. But I have my submaster right here. So I'm sending everything to my submaster, and then my submaster is going into my master. So for my submaster, I got the L2 in the R compressor. But recently, I've been adding this little secret weapon right here, because this is an older session. So if this was to be a newer session, I would be having this other plugin on. I'm about to show you what it is. I don't even know how to pronounce this thing, but it's amazing. It's like Schwesher or something like that. But I'm about to pull it up right now. All right, cool. This baby right here. Whew. when I tell you, just if you hit the highs just a little bit, you ain't even got to go. I can go up point like 8, and it'll make an amazing difference on anything that it's on. Saturation, mids. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. So let me deactivate that for now. But I want to get into first part of the verse, right?
Remember when I first.
Mind you, this is it without any. This is it without just raw. This is it without being on the verse bus.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
Right? Boom, perfect. Now, putting it on the verse bus, and then I'm gonna break down each plugin on the verse bus.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
80%, 85% of this, the work is done. Like, dog. 85% of the work is done, bro. It already sounds clean. Now all you really gotta do is go through it and kind of nitpick what you want. Like, nitpick your own ear, like what you are accustomed to with your own ear. Like, if you want more mids, if you want more, low mids or whatever, if you want more, highs, I like a brighter, bigger sound. So I'm more towards the higher range of it. Like boosting the, like 12K and stuff like that. So, but I'm about to break it down for you. So I use the trim just to bring down some of the, the signal. Because what I've learned and what I'm still learning is, and mind you, this is my way of doing it. This isn't, I didn't go to school for it, or it wasn't a book that I read. This is my way of doing it through trial and error. So what I've been learning is that this trim tool, that a lot of signal to some of these plugins will not sound good. If your signal is bumping in some of these plugins, it's hitting too hard, the plugin, a lot of these plugins aren't made to be overworked. You know what I'm saying? So you got to balance the signal. You got to make sure that you're getting just enough signal that it feels full and beefy, but it can't be too little signal where it feels weak. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a balance. So my trim tool, let me see. I'm going to just deactivate the rest of these real quick. I forgot the short key. Just bear with me. All right, so
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know
this trim tool for me is showing, is giving me a little bit more headroom.
Remember when I first
right?
met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty.
So it's giving me a little more headroom, so therefore I can put more plugins on and I can beef up things, right? So what I personally first start with is the compression. CLA2A is my baby. It's my go-to. I actually have the LA2A actual compressor here at the studio, but I still love to use the CLA2A. Like, it's just amazing.
Remember when I first met.
As soon as you put this on, it makes a huge difference.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
One thing about the CLA2A too is you want to make sure that your analog is off, because it gives this white snow noise, and when you have a lot of them, you'll hear a ton of snow. Like, and I don't really like, that snow inside of my mix, especially when I'm bouncing it or whatever the case is. And each plugin starts to enhance the vocal more, so the snow will get louder and louder and louder. So if you ran into a problem where you've heard like a white noise or like a snow in a plugin, more than likely it's because there's an analog switch and you got to turn that off. Once you turn that off, the snow will disappear. Promise you. All right. So for me, I like my vocals to be a little bit more contained. So what I do is I'll put the this will be my compression.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had
It's
to
not
know
too much.
about her.
It's not too
Wish
much,
we
but
never did what we
the
did,
vocals
now
aren't too
it's so
free to
cold
where it's like
without her. Remember when I first met
the
Shawty,
vocals aren't
had
too
to
free
know
where it doesn't feel like
about
it doesn't have any
Wish we
room to
never
breathe,
did
you know
what
what I'm
we
saying?
did, now it's so cold without.
I started off with the CLA2A just to contain the vocals before I add anything else onto it. Right? Boom. Now we got my baby right here, SSL. My SSL, it's the E series SSL. So for this just helps me, dial in the frequencies that I want and a lot of the frequencies that I don't want. Obviously, you're gonna have to EQ some of those out. The rooms aren't gonna be as treated as you want, or the vocals. A lot of people have, different types of timbre in their vocals, and like I said, all of this depends on how you hear music and how you hear a mix. You feel me? So I tend to like more of a cleaner mix. A lot of people like more body and more of the low end. Not me. I don't like too much low end. So
Remember when I first met Shawty,
for my
had
mix,
to know about her. Wish we never did.
for my mix with the SSL, I'm boosting the highs just a little bit because I know I'm gonna end up boosting it a lot more in the individual track. So I don't want to overkill it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to overkill it too much. So the highs are about up by like 1 dB. And then what you really want to do, how you dial into it.
Remember when I first met Shawty?
Let me mute the beat real quick. How I really dial into what frequency I want to hear is I'll turn this up.
Remember when I first met
turn this all
Shawty,
the way
had
up,
to know
and then I'll play with the
about her.
frequency
Wish we
until
never did what we
I hear
did, now it's so
something that I
cold
like.
without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
For me,
Wish we never
right
did what
there
we
for me
did,
is a
now
sweet
it's so
spot for me.
cold
So
without
between
her.
5
Remember
and
when I first met
7K
Shawty, had to know
kinda like a
about
sweet
her.
spot for me.
Wish we never did what we
personally
did,
like
now
this.
it's so
This is what
cold
I like. So then I'll
without
dial it
her.
back down
Remember when I
to
first
like
met Shawty,
1,
had to
maybe 2,
know
depending
about
on it.
her.
And then
Wish
I'll
we
go
never
through the
did what we
same
did, now
process
it's
with
so
all the rest
cold
of these.
without
I'll turn this
her.
up.
Remember when I first
And I'll
met
see where-
Shawty,
I'll see
had to
where I
know
like to hear the
about
vocal,
her.
where I like to
Wish
hear
we
this
never did what
frequency.
we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
And then
Remember
dial-
when I
and then
first
dial
met
it back
Shawty,
down.
had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without
Same thing with this
her.
one.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what
See,
we
this is
did,
a
now
lot
it's
more
so
body
cold
right here.
without her.
Some people would
Remember when I
some people
first
would
met
love this
Shawty,
area,
had
this
to
section over here,
know about
because
her.
it has a
Wish
lot
we
more
never
low
did
and
what
a
we
lot more
did, now
presence.
it's
You know
so
what I'm saying? Like me, I
cold
personally
without
don't.
her. Remember when I first
Because I
met
like my
Shawty,
808s
had
and the
to
drums, you gotta
know
think
about
there's a lot
her.
more stuff
Wish we
that
never did what we
is
did,
in this
now it's
register
so
that's
cold
kind of more
without her.
important to my
Remember when I
my
first
personal
met
opinion.
Shawty,
You still got
had
the
to
kick, you got the
know
808, sometimes
about
the
her.
snares
Wish we never did what
resonates in
we
this,
did, now it's so cold
it resonates in this
without
area
her.
depending on
Remember when I first met Shawty,
if it's
had to
if it's a clap or
know
if it's a
about
snare.
her. Wish we never did
You
what
still
we
got,
did, now it's
lower
so
pads.
cold
That
without
stuff starts to
her.
get muddy
Remember
if
when
you
I
don't
first
roll it
met
out.
Shawty,
So I
had to
try not
know about
to deal
her.
too much
Wish we never
down
did
there.
what we did, now it's so cold without her.
And
Remember
then
when
dial
I
it
first
back.
met Shawty, had to know about her.
Boom. That
Wish we
feels
never
great
did what
to
we
me
did, now
already.
it's so cold
And the
without
low end, I don't really.
her. Remember when I first met
might boost it a
Shawty,
little bit,
had
but I
to
don't
know about
really dibble
her.
and dabble
Wish
with
we
that
never
too
did
much
what we
because I
did,
cut a
now
lot
it's
of
so
it from here
cold
anyway.
without her. Remember when I first
alright,
met
let's just
Shawty,
move on
had
real
to
quick.
know about.
The next thing that I do, since I got my EQ and everything good, my next thing on my chain is a de-esser. I use, I think this is just a regular Waves de-esser, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, regular Waves de-esser. And I found out it's like it ranges between 5K and kind of 8 to 9K for the S's for me, for my personal opinion. So
Remember when I
I'm gonna
first
let you hear what the S's sound like, and this should actually be a little bit more. So what you're looking for is that attention. This attention right here is what you're looking for. That's what this. You see it. You hear the S's and how much it's reducing it. But there is a trick with that, and there's a balance with that, because if you go too hard with it, it's gonna sound like he has a lisp, and it's gonna sound crazy.
remember when I first met Shot?
You see how dark, and it ends up darkening the actual audio.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
So you have to find a balance with that. That's like OD. You don't even get any of the S's or any of the brightness of the mix, because you're overly pushing this. You're not supposed to push this too much. So
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know.
So I always start from the bottom and then gauge my way up.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we.
That's perfect for me. I can still hear the S, and it got contained a little bit, but I can still hear it and feel it. That's perfect. That's the sweet spot right there. Then I use my next thing is RVox. This is like a form of a compression, but it brings the vocals kind of to you, like brings the vocals forward to the speaker. I'm gonna let you hear it without the RVox.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
I'm gonna let you hear it with the RVox.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
See how I gave it a little bit more presence? It's a little more presence, and it's a little bit more forward.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
Bypass.
Wish we never did what we did, now it's so
See the difference?
cold without her.
Huge difference.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
Huge difference. Huge. Grande. Big difference. Now this next one is Plutech. This is a UAD. So some people might have it, some people might not have it. But what I use this for is I use this for the body of the song. I mean the body of the vocals. Because I do a lot of cutting with the low end and the low mids. I tend to make it up more here because this is an emulation of the actual module, and UAD is just really solid with its circuitry and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you hear it without it, and then it's gonna be a subtle difference. It's not gonna be anything too big, but that's the whole point of gain, and it's called gain staging. That's the whole point of gain staging, and the whole point of each plugin. Well, each plugin is supposed to enhance the vocal just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. One plugin shouldn't just go whoop to your plugins, because to the vocals, because then there's no more room for you to put additional plugins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to, everything has its responsibility. This has a responsibility. This has a responsibility. That has a responsibility. And one thing enhances the next one, enhances the next one, enhances the next one. So if you put too much on there, or if you're pushing it too much, then you're gonna run into a problem where you'll hear distortion, or it'll be too loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get that. You want to get a big clean vocal, but you don't want it to be distorted. So I'm gonna let you hear it without it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
I'm gonna let you hear it with it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
Without it.
Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
With it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we.
As just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Y'all still there? Y'all can still hear me, right? Y'all good? Don't see no chats. Y'all ain't got no questions yet? y'all good? I see y'all still on. 10 people on. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna keep going. Y'all can ask questions if you got some questions. You know what I'm saying? So this next one right here is Kramer Pie. This is another compressor. Yo, there is no right and wrong to compression. Like, for me, if I hear something that needs more compression, I'm gonna put another compressor on it. I don't care if, you know, the law is, oh, you can only use 2 compressors. Nah, bro. Like, if it sounds good to me, then it's good. Like, I'll use as many compressors because different compressors do different things. You know what I'm saying? Like my CLA does a specific thing. This Kramer Pie does a specific thing. You feel me? So, all right, y'all locked in. Cool. Just making sure y'all still with me. Drew, what's up, man? Writing down these notes. All right, bet. So Kramer Pie. For me, Kramer Pie is, would you focus more on the low end if you were a rapper vocal? No, definitely not. Especially because, what's the meaning of the buttons and cents? Okay, cool. Let me get to this one. What I focus. Let me get to the focus more on the low end. So as far as the rapper vocals, and I'm gonna do another lesson on that as well. Right now I wanted to deal with the singing vocals because, you know, cleaning it up, vocal align, there's a lot of other intricacies that goes into singing vocals. But for rapping vocals, I will give it a little bit more presence, but especially because rappers tend, you know, the cadence of their rapping is a little bit faster sometimes than singers. And imagine just go like, that's a lot of bass and that's a lot of low end. Like, that for me sounds like mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no real, like, I can't really like understand the vocals if it's a lot of bass in it and it feels really muddy to me. So I honestly treat every vocal the same, but a little different because everybody's voice has a different type of tone. Like, my voice has a different type of tone than your voice. You know what I'm saying? So even though the foundation of what I'm doing is the same, this template I use all the time. This is my template. Like, I import this template whether you're doing spoken word, whether you're rapping, whether you're singing. I use this template all the time. And what I do is I adjust it to people's voices. Like, people's voices are different. They have different tonalities and different things that stand out more than the other in their voices. So I'll adjust it on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Like Pop Smoke, exactly. You know where it is. Like, for me, that's too much bass for me. Like, and it's like, I literally can't really understand. I really couldn't understand a lot of the stuff that he was saying. And like I said, just for me personally, because I feel like a little bit of those lows needed to be dropped a little bit, or the low mids needed to be dropped a little bit. But okay, in the meaning of the buses and sins. All right, cool. The buses and sins, I need to do a whole like class on this as well, because a lot of them are a lot of it is it can be complicated if you don't understand the routing part of it. So ultimately we want to get to this we want to get to this master, right? Every signal and every single wave in here, we're trying to get to this master. But when we get to this master, we want the level of this master to be low enough that we can boost it. So let me just make this active real quick and then we'll go back to the vocals. So right now, if I play the beat, it shouldn't be too loud, right? You see where this is? It's not even hitting 0, right? Because I have it lowered here and I have it lowered here. The actual wave I'm lowering and the actual volume I'm lowering. A part of that that is because I want to make sure that I have enough room to put this on, to put this on, to put this on, and to boost it up to. So you want your signal getting to this master bus. You want the signal getting to this master bus at around this volume right here, because by the time I put all of this on, it should be hitting 0, maybe -1. You know, I let mine clip a little bit. You know, everybody has their you know, their way of processing things. I let mine go. You know, if it's not distorting, I let mine go, bro. That's just how I do it. All about the headroom. Yes, bro. Absolutely. 100%. So as far as the buses, I'm gonna break this down a little bit. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, bro. Because I'll definitely do a lesson on it. But okay, my verse, all of these buses, as you can see, they're going to the sub master. So that means that when I put these in their specific categories, right now we're just dealing with the verse, and then I have the backgrounds, I have the hook, I have the ad-libs. All of these are going to this bus, right? So for me, that's the glue. Those vocals are going to this bus, and we can call this glue, because for me it bunches everything together and makes everything sound cohesive. Like it just glues, basically just glues everything together. And a bus is basically just sending it to another channel, and this is being, and that's your out. So this is the input, this is the output. So I'm sending this out into this submaster, and then this submaster is going out into the master. I gotta break that down for you another time because there's so much other stuff in here. Like, for instance, like this reverb section right here. You know, this is another send. So what I'll do for the vocals is it's a way of bringing the vocals to a bigger place with you know, a bigger kind of atmosphere with the reverb, but not being too overbearing. So I'm gonna just play this and let you hear it.
Shawty had to know about her.
So this is my reverb, and this is called a send. So I'm sending. So this reverb is on a bus. The bus is called verb, right? And on these sections from A to J, these are my sends. So I can send that reverb channel to that reverb bus to this specific channel, and I can literally gauge the amount by this fader right here, right?
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
But it doesn't feel intrusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I love these sends, and I love like busting things. Because if you put it on the channel, you can gauge it a little bit, but it feels intrusive. It feels like it's too much. Like you're not really able to dial it in. And it doesn't feel like it's filling up the whole entire space. Like with these sends and, you know, buses, you can fill up it feels like you're filling up the whole entire space that you're trying to, the whole entire spectrum that you're trying to hit. But let me keep going because we don't have too much time with this one.
Remember when I first
So I'm gonna put that reverb back on in a second. So we already did the Kramer Pot. Okay, cool. My next one is this. Slate is a beast, bro. Love Slate. So I put on this VMR and I put a distressor on. Drew has a distressor. My man Drew has a distressor. An actual module distressor. And that's something that I definitely might be investing in next, because it's definitely dope to get some grunge into your vocals, and like a tiny bit tiny unnoticeable bit of distortion, because it adds a bit of authenticity to it, and it makes it feel like it's a little bit more analog. From my experience, Drew might have a different experience, but from my experience, that's what it does. So I'm gonna let you hear this with the distressor, without the distressor, and then with the distressor.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know.
You see how every time I put a plug in, it's just adding more to the vocal, little by little by little by little by little, until it's just big. Like, it shouldn't be super big from the beginning, because then I couldn't even get to this point, because it would be too much. It would be way too much. That can all be. They can be clean and aggressive. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right, cool. Let's move on. So that's what that does. Oh, okay. Let me just explain this a little bit. For the distressor, my ratio's a little bit high right now. I usually do 3-to-1, but we'll do 6. We'll keep it at 6-to-1.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her.
My output's at about a 650. My release is on 0. Like, I'm really honestly putting this thing on to give it a little bit of presence. I'm not really even using this too much. I'm just giving it a little bit of presence. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like each plugin, I want to make sure that I have that it just adds. You know what I'm saying? And it builds and adds. So I'm giving this just a tiny bit of presence, bro. The attack is on 7, and the input's not even that. It's not even a lot of input. It's on 5. So I could really OD and use this plugin the way that it should be used, but like I said, I don't really want to attack it that way. But if I wanted to adjust it, I'll show you.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without.
See, but I don't really want it. I don't really want to attack it that much. Like, for me, that's too much. Like, I don't really want to. I don't need to, because I've already did so much here. I've did compression here, a little bit of compression here, compression here. Like, I don't want to. Now I'm killing my vocal. Like, I feel like it can't breathe. So hopefully I can get back to it, to where I was. Hold up. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's go to the next one real quick. We're gonna go to Studer. This is my baby. This is my baby right here. My baby, you heard? My baby. Studer is a dope tape emulator plugin, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, it gives you such a warm finish to your vocals. That's why it's the last one. Mental note. Your last plugin, this lineup matters. Believe it or not. Your plugin chain matters. Like, which goes first, which goes second, which goes third. You don't think that it matters, but it does, because one thing reacts to the next, reacts to the next, reacts to the next. Like, it took me a little while to get this lineup together. Like, because I used to switch over, like, okay, well, should I do EQ first and then compression? Or should I do de-essing first and then, like, there's so many different things there's so many different ways to go about it. But your plugin lineup matters. And the last plugin on here is going to be the last plugin that is felt and heard before it goes out into, wherever you're sending it. I'm sending it to my Submaster. All right, I'm going to play this real quick with the Studer. Without the Studer, and then with the Studer.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so.
It gives you, yo, I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps from that because it just gives it such a warmth. That's what it does. That's exactly what it does. The tape emulator gives it such a warmth, right? All right, cool. Now, that's just cleaning up the bus. I actually put plugins on the actual channel as well. So this is where I really start to dial into my EQing, and this is gonna be one of the last things that we do with these vocals before we move on. So I dial in, like I said, you can look at this and it looks crazy, and it might not look right, but it sounds right. That's all that I'm going for. It sounds right. So, so me personally, like I said, I like a clean vocal. As you can see, I'm boosting crazy here. I'm dropping off a little bit here. I'm cutting this completely off up until about 96 or 98K. I'm cutting all that off because all of this is just rumbling and stuff that I don't even want. So let me let you hear it real quick without it, and then I'm gonna let you hear it with it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so.
Now with this, I don't even look at numbers. Like, people be like, yeah, 12K, 5K, 8K, and I literally just go in. I'm gonna put this on beat because I don't want to mess this up. I'll literally go in.
Remember when I first
just gauge it from my ear. Like you have to use your ear and see what sounds good. You can't always be technical. Like being technical isn't always the way to go. Like you gotta break the rules sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So like I'll even just do this on the fly real quick and just how I hear it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did.
Now, like I said, this is like more of an older mix. Now what I do is I'll duplicate this track, right? And let me just factory default that. And what I've learned to do recently, probably like a few weeks ago, because I'm always trying to learn something new, is I'm now boosting.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we
13 between 12 and 15K, and it sounds, I can hear everything, every syllable super clear. Like, it's crazy. I should have been doing it a long time ago, but we learn new things every day. So like I said, I always try to push myself and try to learn something better with this mix that I didn't do last mix. So this is something that I learned and I'm still mastering, but this right here will make a huge difference in your vocal.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to
literally just by boosting that. What I boost that 4.3 dB. You ain't even gotta boost it that loud.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
Perfect. That's crazy. That sounds amazing. I'm gonna keep it just like that. I'll put a little reverb on there. I use a stock deverb still. It still sounds great to me. I don't really need to use a UAD or whatever. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I use a wave or or slate or whatever the case is. But I'm comfortable with just using a deverb. It sounds amazing to me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had enough.
And it just gives me enough to feel that to make it feel a little full and to fill those little voids. Let me see. So I'm gonna play it real quick. The deverb bypass.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so.
See, it's not too loud, it's not too much, it's only at 11%. I do the high cut, definitely the high cut, because I don't want any of the mud. I like the higher, the higher end of it. But it's not too overbearing. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much so that it gets in the way of the vocals. You still want the vocals to be the dominant thing of the song. Obviously, because without the vocals, it would just be an instrumental. We got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna show you about this. I'm gonna show you about the send for the reverb, and then I'm gonna show you about this Echo Boy real quick for this part, and then I want to take you to next week. I want to take you to how I actually treat the vocals, like the backgrounds, like these background harmonies here.
I wanted to.
We gotta put these. These aren't even on. These aren't even on the bus yet. I'll put them on the regular channel real quick, on the regular output. Like these harmonies right here, I want to show y'all how I do the blending. Vocal align is super dope. If you guys don't know what vocal align is, it aligns your stacks, but there is a trick to doing it when you're recording, and that's what I'm gonna do when I have a singer come in one of these segments. When you're recording the singer, you have to make sure he or her is doing the phrase the exact same way, as close as they can. Obviously, you can't do the same thing twice, like perfectly, but from the cadence to the vibrato to however they sung the first one, the one prior, you have to make sure that they sing the second and the third or the fourth the same way, because vocal align will take the main vocal and then it will align the additional vocals to the main vocal, so it sounds like all together, like it sounds really, really tight. Because what I used to hear a lot is backgrounds that sound loose, like he didn't say this syllable he didn't say this word on time, this word's a little bit quicker than that word, so when it's all together, it sounds a little bit messy. You know what I'm saying? Like I like a tight background. Like background got to be tight. So we're gonna get into the backgrounds and stuff like that in the next one. But let me show you this Echo Boy. Echo Boy is I love Echo Boy. These are my go-to plugins. Echo Boy, I guarantee you, if you open up any one of my sessions, Echo Boy is on something. Like it has to be, because what I've learned about Echo Boy, and Soundtoys is an amazing company. What I learned about Echo Boy is there other types of vocal align plugins? No, there isn't. Vocal align is the only one of its kind that I know of. Yes, yeah, definitely, it's the only one of its kind. And that is let me see who is that by? Who's vocal align by? Vocal align might be its own thing. It's its own thing, I believe. So yeah, you can get that. I think they have different ones. They have vocal align repress or repro or something like that, where you can align it and you can stack and it create vocal harmonies for you. Studio, yeah, good looking, yeah, bro. The studio's where the heart's at. Need to go grab a thing. Yeah, Dion, grab it, bro. It's a great investment. Next class, I'm gonna definitely show you how to use it the right way, because you can do maximum compression. You can do a little bit of compression. Like, it depends on what you want. Like, I like it to sound tight and like everything is one vocal. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one vocal, but like everybody's singing on the same cadence. Like, I like it to be tight like that. So that's maximum compression. So what you do is there's a guide. This is the guide. So if this is the vocal that you want the other vocals to sound like, or to be, you know, in compression with, you would capture this vocal, and then you would go to the next one, and then you would click dub, capture that, align it, spot. I'll get into that one. I'll get into the prices up there, but it's worth it. It is. It definitely is. But yeah, let me get to this. Echo Boy real quick. So with Echo Boy, it ducks in and out of the delay, ducks in and out of the spaces of the verse. It's so dope. It's so dope to me. So if you see this space right here, Echo Boy, the echo will like stand out most in this space, opposed to it just being a loud delay over the whole entire vocals. It'll just pop out a lot more in just like the spaces that there are. Like, there's spaces, zoom in. There's a little, like, there's a space here, there's a space here, there's a space here. You'll hear more Echo Boy here and here and here. Like, I don't have to go in and automate and duck in and out the delay. Like, it does it for you. So I'm gonna play this without it real quick.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
Right? So now I'm gonna play it with Echo Boy.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never.
Yeah, how it just, like, you can't even hear it until that space. Like, it just goes in and out. Like, it's so dope. Like, you don't have it, basically automates itself.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
So dope. So dope. Love it. And then I'll add some more verb on there from this bus up here. So I'll add verb on there. This sin is basically acting as this bus right here. And just to make it more atmospheric.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her.
Boom. Alright. So that's that for today, y'all. I'm gonna play this song again. I'm gonna play the mixed version of this song so that you guys can hear it, and we'll come back to this exact same song next week. I hope y'all learned something really good. Let me know if you guys learned something really good. Let me know if you have any more questions. Let me know if you wanted me to teach something or show you something a lot. Do you need to enter ratios for Echo Boy? Well, for Echo Boy, honestly, I'll just do note values. Once you find the tempo, once you know what the tempo is, you can sync it to the tempo of the song. You can sync it to the tempo of the song right here. And then for me, it's just syncopation. Like, what do I want the note value to be? Do I want it to be eighths? Do I want it to be quarters? Do I want it to be a half or whole? You know what I'm saying? So, and then how much feedback do I want? The input and the output, like, or, how do I want it to sound? Thank you, y'all. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. So you don't have to enter a ratio per se. But your note value kind of acts as a ratio if you put it in that, if you're thinking in that sense. You can do dual echo. You can do ping pong. Ping pong just gives you this crazy delay. And you know, if I use ping pong, I offset it with eighths on one side and fourths on the other side, or like I offset the note value. You know what I'm saying? Still show good look for yeah, word. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to teaching the next session. But I'm gonna play this from the top for y'all real quick before y'all go, so y'all can hear what it sound like. All right.
Remember when I first met Shawty, had to know about her. Wish we never did what we did, now it's so cold without her. Tried to make sure I did not get played, ended up in my own way. Now she all I ever think about when I'm in my lonely hours. Remember my first date with her, jealous of that nice black dress, hugging and caressing over dinner. In the backseat, watching Buzz Light, bumping Young Taylor. Honestly, I just couldn't wait to kiss her. Now she about to fly out to Amsterdam, Italy, or Scotland. Basically another place I'm not in. Way too beautiful to know how I've changed. My biggest fear is that when she leave, I'll be forgotten. I don't wanna give her what we got here. Finally found somebody worthy, I've been on the search for years. Don't know what you did, don't know how you did it. But if you think I'm giving up, forget it, forget it. I don't wanna be forgotten, way more than physical with you. Nobody else is an option, couldn't move on if I wanted to. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'm a ride, so I'm a ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I just gotta keep it honest, hate the thought of you moving on. Keep it up, Benjamin, I promise. I mean every word of this song. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'm a ride, so I'm a ride. Girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my, girl, I put that on my life. Said I'm a ride, so I'm a ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I hate the feeling when we not talking. Wishing that my feelings came with an off switch. Pursuing the situation with caution, cause the way that I'm feeling don't happen often, let alone for long. Didn't think that you made me fall. To be honest, didn't think that I would get too involved. Put my phone on D&D, I only care if you call. And if you don't, I think I did something wrong. See, I just wanna wait for my 30 to hit, but in person, giving you energy that nobody else deserving. I don't wanna close curtains. I believe if we both tryna make it work, then it's working. We can take it slow, it isn't urgent. Girl, I'm certain you're my favorite person, so you worth it. Done searching, talking to you with a purpose. Tryna be on some kind of no shit. I don't wanna give her what we got here. Finally found somebody worthy, I've been on the search for years. Don't know what you did, don't know how you did it. But if you think I'm giving up, forget it. Ooh, I don't wanna be forgotten, way more than physical with you. Nobody else is an option, couldn't move on if I wanted to. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'm a ride, so I'm a ride. Girl, I put that on my life. I just gotta keep it honest, hate the thought of you moving on. Keep it up, Benjamin, I promise. I mean every word of this song. Said even though we've been knocked down, I'll never give up the fight for you and I. Said I'm a ride, so I'm a ride.